What is up, guys, and welcome back to yet another episode of Project Ozone 3. I believe this is episode 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop right into things. Number 1, I upgraded the house. I went ahead and finished up getting the diamond sieves. That took a little bit of time. I'm not going to lie. The diamond sieves took probably 3 hours to finish collecting, and then I decided, you know what, screw it, let's up the ante, let's make it 4x4. Now, the reason I like doing 4x4s is because it's 16 total blocks, and when you're doing a stack of something, that's exactly 4 times sifted, so that way it comes out to an even number every single time. Just tweaking my OCD there. The only thing I don't like about it is if I don't sit here and do it in the center, it drives me insane because it feels like I'm not doing it centered, and I don't know, my OCD. Anyway, so a few things have happened. Number 1, I have a new form of food. Candy dispenser. It's from the same mod that I get this rock candy from, so I take this guy. I combine it four times to make this rock candy. I use this rock candy to make said candy dispenser right here, pretty cheap, and then I fill it up with the same rock candy, either this stuff or the hard candy, and I can just eat it when I get hungry. Super easy, right? Which is really useful for when I'm vein mining and stuff like that. Second, I went to the nether to get quartz, so that way I can make this guy a drawer controller, so that way I can just deposit stuff as I go. I kind of made these drawers out because I was going along and I'm tired of this, I need storage. And I put an emerald upgrade on these drawers, which, if I've never showed you guys how to make these before, which I know I have, the regular drawer is wood with some planks, and then each tier has its own different version of it. Oak right here, 2, one above, one below, and in the 4 corner pieces, the ones like this. And then the upgrade was one of these guys, was just any kind of drawer surrounded by sticks, plus 2 emeralds and 2 more sticks. Pretty easy stuff, and then I right click to put it on there. Excuse me. And all 6 of these have 1 emerald upgrade on them. These 2 have 0. But that's all I needed, because look down here and look at this amount. Just right click this. 4,434 iron pieces. If I divide that by 4, which is how much it takes to make a single piece of iron, well, technically, divide it by 4 to make a block and then double it, so it's technically 2,217 pieces of iron. That is a lot of freaking iron, and that goes the same for all these minerals. I have a ton of them, but something I did realize is I don't have a ton of any other resource, so we're going to fix that. So, we're going to get into a little bit of sifting. Was there anything else I didn't go over? I made a cobblestone generator, pretty easy stuff. This guy is pretty cheap to make. Cobblestone generator, which I had to make a couple buckets. Buckets are pretty easy. You flatten out those iron plates and you combine them together. And then I get some water, lava, which I have a lot of cow, so I didn't have to go far. Get a little bit of cobblestone and some glass, which is pretty easy to make. Because we take that hammer I showed you guys before on the gravel, it'll make sand, cook it up, easy going. And I made a cobblestone generator, which this is a tier 2, which basically I just take that same cobblestone generator, surround it with iron, and that makes it tier 2. I can take it up even further, but I really have no need to do so, seeing as I can get iron just by stepping out my door and mining. So, that being said, the reason I did that was just so that way I had quick access. I wouldn't have to keep going out, mine some, come back, going out and mine some. Granted, I could take the hammer and just vein mine a shit ton of that stone and called it a day, but I didn't want to leave a bunch of gaping holes around my house. So, I think that about caught us up. I wanted to do that quickly so that we can get right back into it. So, sieving. Right click, sieving. Alright, so, starting off, this is the things you can get out of gravel, which we've seen just in every single one of the meshes with gravel. We know what they give. The bottom tier is flint and rock candy. Second tier is that stuff. Third tier is this, basically the same stuff. And then fourth tier is all the stuff. So there's really no benefit when it comes to gravel to using string over diamond. So if we were to look at the next tier, which is crushed netherrack here, gold piece, iridium mithril, tier gold, iridium mithril, so flint's better than iron, and then diamond, gold, iridium mithril. Is there anything that changed that we can't get? Okay, you can't get prosperity shards from the diamond. You can only get that from the iron, so that's one benefit. See your dirt. You can only sift. I guess it's just the second page of that stuff. Crushed end stone. I bet it just changes the trans rate. 13, 9, or 4. Yep. Sand. Doesn't look like you get redstone from sand anymore, which is kind of interesting. Okay, there is a material that you no longer, apparently you no longer get cocoa beans. You do it from diamond rather than iron. Alright, soul sand. You can get nether wart if you sift it through a string one, but other than that, you want to use diamond. Dust. Oh, that's right. Dust comes from dust is the redstone. That's right. Alright, and trying to figure out any differences. Nope, just looks like chance changes. Topiary grass, autumnal grass, and tainted soil. I'll give you some stuff as well. Okay, so it looks like, for the most part, having the string mesh is more or less pointless, other than you get stuff out of grass, and the flint stiffen mesh is completely useless if you have the rest of them. So that was a big waste of my time to make 4 of them. I should have just stuck with one and called it a day. I'll probably eventually fix that and make it so that way we just use the diamond or the string. And just store the rest of the meshes up. That was a frustrating waste of time. Okay, well, for now, let's go ahead and just get a bunch of this here cobblestone. Okay, and I don't think I have a hammer anymore, but I do have a wand. I need to make a new hammer. Rusty. Got it. Alright, we're going to step out here to do this. Thankfully, this is all stone, so it won't affect it all that much. Okay, pulling up. Now. Dang, we used all that wand up pretty quick. Make another wand real fast. Cool. And vein mine. Not sure why I just chucked the hammer on the ground. I guess. Sorry about that. So, bring my all that. And okay. So, what just happened there was I have a macro set up in my computer here. So that way I can right click and spam the right click button. So, apparently you don't want to do that while you're holding the candy cane. Or the candy cane. That rock candy does not last long. But, see where we go. Vein mining is just one of those situations where this is just not a problem to use. We have a ton of sand. Now let's go start sifting it. I see no practical reason to use this unless I'm going to get cocoa beans, so I'm not going to. So, I'm going to use my macro here for what I made it for. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to let this do its thing for a while, guys. And once it's empty, I will get back to you guys. Alright guys, I'm back. And I've already shoved a bunch of the materials back into here. So, now we have this electron line, got 4 stacks of it. Got some charged surface quartz, got a stack and a little over a half of that. Got some zinc ore, 3 stacks of that. Got some actual surface quartz, a little over 2 stacks of that. I also got some yelmorium pieces, about 4 stacks of that, which would be really good for making big reactors. Or extreme reactors, I think is what it's actually called now. There we go. Alright, so next thing we're going to want to sift is the redstone. So, do the same thing again. Snag a bunch of these. Say about 1,000 blocks will do it. Let's make a new hammer and one because I need it. Now, can you tell me a recipe? Okay, that's interesting. Seriously gonna be a new one. Okay. Alright, make a new one. Again. I wonder if the recipe for the unbreakable ones has changed. this yet again so I can make dust. That's a healthy diet right there. Tons of candy. Okay. I think I got it. Cool. Alright, now we got dust. Start sieving this up. The Jewel 2. Not sure what that for, but get all this sifted up real quick. Alright, drop off all this stuff. So we cool. Alright, let's take a look. How's our diamond stash? Only 12 diamonds left, but we did get a lot of resources. See, redstone, or 3 stacks of that, a stack of glowstone, 3 stacks of bone meal, got some crushed quartz, blaze powder, and skystone dust, I should say, and I think that's it. So that was a pretty good haul. Okay, I'm not sure what all this is doing in here. Okay. Let's pop it on here. Cool. Okay. Alright, so another thing I did note, guys, by the way, I didn't mention it because it wasn't a huge deal, but it might come up. I did figure out a cheap way to make steel, just like how I figured out the ore production. I think it was from another mod. I have to use a stone hammer. So basically, the way this stuff gets made is really cheap. I couldn't believe it, and it still has an ore dictionary with the rest of them. So 6 coal plus 2 iron equals 2 steel ingots. That's a bit pricey for what it is, but I mean, it was the easiest recipe I could find to make steel, and it still works like steel should. Like everything I'll need to use steel for will make this fine with this, and I've already got like basically infinite iron after I start producing this, which I'm going to be working on trying to craft up a bunch of these resources at some point. I'm going to redefine this whole system and make a way of accessing it all. I just haven't gotten to it yet. We need to get into applied energistics as soon as possible. Now we've got resources, and resources for days at that matter. We should be able to start getting into that stuff pretty quick. How long have we been recording for so far? Let's go ahead and look into the logistics of actually. Well, you know what? Let's grab our our quest book, and see where we're at right now. So I have completed quite a few quests. Alpha. Okay, claim. Is that it? gamma, nada, delta, nope, epsilon. I did make both of these. Okay. Alright, any more down here? Getting Certus quartz. So technically I can get into it. Alright, well what's the first thing of getting into a charger? Charger for wireless semi-terminals and Certus quartz with a charger. Charger is iron and flux crystals. Flux crystals are still made with one charged Certus quartz, nether quartz, and a redstone dust in a puddle. Okay, pretty easy enough. So, we'll move all this stuff out of my way. So, that is regular Certus quartz. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and make a little bit, maybe 10 of these. What was the last item? Nether quartz. And I know I don't have a lot of nether quartz actually. So, where do I sift to get nether quartz? Soul sand. I know I can craft soul sand, but I'm not currently in a position where I can get it too easily. So, for now, we're going to craft 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, 6. Okay, that'll work for now. Yay, new quests. Alright. So, charger. I need some iron. Bam. Got it. I know that's another quest. Yep, claim. I need to get all these processors. I haven't found them all yet. I will need them. I need to get flux dusts. Quartz grindstone. I can make this. Stone, cobblestone, wooden gear. Yeah, I already got what was I making again? Oh, grindstone. Got it. Also need to make a crank. Is what it's called? Yeah, wooden crank. Got one of those bad boys. Go ahead and craft two just in case. What are the recipes that I can use this for? Let's see here. It's a low chance of doubling ore, but I can make, it looks like I can make all the different dusts and stuff like that. Increase the output for bone meal. Okay. It's not bad, but it's not a guaranteed chance of doubling, so I'm not going to use it for that purpose. But it'll serve the purpose that I'm needing it for right this second. Gotcha. Alright, that completes that quest. Alright, flux pearl. I don't know if I even have an ender pearl to use. I think I might have found that one here, but it would have been in here. That would have been in here. Ooh, I do have an ender pearl actually. Alright, well, let's make a little more of this stuff. I plan on doing that. Do that. Okay. Alright. About 3 of these bad boys in here. Alright. Fluix pearl. Got it. Easy enough. Now what would I need? That's just a crafting material. Don't really need it right this second anyway. Alright. But we're completing quests. Okay. Gas, wood, item. There's some pretty high tier storages on all these. Alright. Which I think we already get. Yeah, crushed quartz. So this should work for what we need to. Quartz, glass. Got it. So just crushed quartz and glass. Easy enough. Quick question. Use grindstone. Something you can use that for. Easy way to find out. Grindstone. Doesn't look like it. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, it's fine. Let's make a stack of sand real quick. Got it. Okay. Pop it through these smelters real quick. Cool. Got that cooking. That'll give me a little bit of glass. Should be able to make my first piece of service quartz glass. Or quartz glass, I think it's just what it's called. Man, got it. I place that another piece of this, it's just going to stay where I leave it. Got it. Alright. And that quest. Okay. Energy condenser, one flux crystal, glass, and iron. I think I actually have everything I need for that. Flux crystal, more iron. Okay. Energy acceptor. We got it. Yep. Bam. Cool. Crafting terminal, which damn. Multi-compressor, modular machinery. I'm going to need that for later on, otherwise it'll take me forever to do what I probably have to do. But early on, this should be more than enough. I'm seriously going to need pure service quartz to do that. By getting an enrichment chamber to make that stuff quicker later on. And now, however, we need to get an inscriber set up. But before we do that, we need to get the processors, which require a theme above her, a compass. This compass. Pretty cheap. I thought it used to require a flux crystal. another pick to take with us. Cool. In case that one breaks. This one's probably going to lead us to the one we've already got dug up over here. So we'll probably have to get far enough away where it doesn't show us this one anymore.
Hello, Moto.
1 second, guys. Alright, guys. I'm going to have to wrap it up. My wife's ready for me to come to bed. So, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So we got a good start here. Let's grab a chest and drop all this stuff into that we're using for Pine Logistics here. Dropping a few extra stuff in here as well. The rest of the stuff is just shoving this box over here out of the way. Cool. Go ahead and have that glass back real quick. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Alright. Go ahead and put all this back into my inventory here. Okay. Cool. Alright, so next episode we're going to start looking for all those processes, because I don't think I showed you guys, because I think I have one of them. I don't remember. Yeah, right here. Which I will show you where I got this stuff later. It does have an EMC value because you can make it both with this method and by this method. Surge Course Essence with pure Surge Course crystals to make and make that one or various other ones. Because you can make that one. You can technically make them if we got into mystical agriculture. But I'm just going to go and try to find it on my own. But for now, guys, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give me a big old thumbs up. And then also follow that up with subscribing to my channel. And then hit that little bell down below. It'll let you know when I upload videos and go live whenever I finally decide to do another live stream. But for now, guys, that's going to have to do it for me. I'll see all of you later. Bye, guys.